Hey Mavs! Welcome to another episode of Mavnation.
We know that last week's topic was really heavy, and we thank you for your attention and participation.
Today we're addressing an important topic that affects us all, mental health. More specifically, Yellow Ribbon Week and the importance of suicide prevention and awareness.
Yellow Ribbon Week isn't just about the yellow ribbons you might see around school. It's dedicated time to raise awareness about mental health and the impact it has in our lives.
Let's take a moment to understand why we're talking about this. Mental health is something we all need to prioritize, and Yellow Ribbon Week serves as a reminder to do just that.
It's crucial to recognize that these conversations matter, and they can make a difference in someone's life.
If you or someone you know is struggling, we ask you to please talk to one of our pals or counselors. You are not alone.
Coming up, we have a really special interview with someone who used to go to LCC, so we're excited to show you that.
What's up, guys? It's Bryce, and welcome to my birthday segment. Today I wanted to establish that it's Mr. Juliana's birthday, along with Karsta Lowe, an Olympics alumna who went to the 2016 Olympics, along with it being Groundhog Day. So, happy birthday to the two of you, and we'll get to the rest of February on our next segment. Today, we're going to be going over January birthdays. I have has-been scrolling next to me. This year is also the year of the dragon, along with that, a leap year and an election year. So if you're already eligible to vote, please register. On April 8th, we'll have a full solar eclipse, so that's something to look forward to this year. And in addition to that, it's the 20-year Facebook anniversary, the 30-year anniversary of Amazon, and the 135th anniversary of the Eiffel Tower. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna start from here. Ready?
Weather report, my name is Jonas, let's go. Spring Club Rush is on February 7th. If you have some free time during lunch, maybe join a club. Winter Formal is Saturday, February 10th at Joya Kitchen from 7 to 10 p.m. Ticket sales close at the end of lunch on Friday, the 9th. There are no exceptions. Guest passes can be picked up in the finance office, and any students riding a bus or limo need to fill out the contract form and turn it in to Miss Solomon on Friday as well. All right, that's all for now. What's that I see? The arts time? What? Okay.
Welcome to Arts.
Welcome to
And today
Arts.
we're going to be getting down to
Today
business
we're going
without
to be
distraction
going down
and
to the
doing
dance team,
Team,
and we're
an
going to be
episode we have
talking
had
to them
in the
about
back thing for like
dancing
October.
and why
And then I got some new
dancing
stuff.
is
Thank you,
freaking
Pamela, for
awesome, guys.
the
Anyway,
episode.
as I
Dancing
was
is awesome.
saying,
Kay Lucas
I
and
think
Ava Baldo won Rising
that
Star.
I am
So that's
losing
why
my
we're doing
grip
Dance
on
Team.
reality.
Bye bye. Can I get your hat, Ryder?
Why?
Because I'm like.
Oh.
My head is for me, not for you.
So hey guys, what's your names?
Ava Balda.
Karis Ashby.
And so like, what does being president mean to you?
I just love being a role model to all the teammates, and just being a part of the team is just the biggest aspect.
And Karis, being captain, along with your co-captain, like, what value does that bring to your life?
I think just being like a leader for our team and being able to help them and like make like a great environment for our team while putting on good shows is really valuable.
And so what's like the weekly schedule for you guys? Because I know you guys do halftime shows every single week for football and on top of competitions.
Well, if you're on the competition team, we usually have rehearsals before school, so that entails like 7 a.m.s for depending on how many comp routines you're in, and then we start at 8:15 every day to rehearse and like prepare for our performances.
And also on top of that, like outside training without the school, just like technique classes and stuff like that.
Actually, on another note, do you guys do anything like bonding events with your team outside? Like, what do you guys do for bonding events and stuff?
We do like we did a cookie exchange for Christmas. Like everyone brought like a special cookie kind of. For Thanksgiving we just do like a big like potluck Thanksgiving food.
We do like for every football game it's called Mystery Mav, and we all get each other a gift, and it's like a secret. So I think that really brings the team together as well.
How big is the team?
We have, I think, 33 girls on our team this year.
Is there any guys on the team?
Not
Not
this
this
year.
year.
Well, thank you, Ava. Thank you, Karis. This is our dance team leaders.
Yep.
Yep.
And that was Arts.
Thank you. Thanks,
Thanks, guys.
Winston.
All right.
Boom. Yeah. Thank
All
you.
good?
Boom.
See, we did it.
Don't forget your
We
jacket.
did it.
Some quick announcements.
Formal's coming up on February 10th. Remember to buy your tickets before it's too late.
We're also providing Valentine's Day grams soon, so make sure to grab one and spread the love.
I want to address the elephant in the room. I know I'm really tall, and I have never had to buy a stepladder in my life. Okay, it didn't land too much, so that's okay. All right. All right. So, yeah, in certain categories of life, I am extraordinary. I am 6'5" and an Olympian, but where I'm much more ordinary is in my struggle with my mental health.
Could you share a little bit of your personal story first with us and your athletic career?
Sure. So I went to the Karsta Canyon, where I think actually it set me up really well for a long-term volleyball career. Volleyball was huge at LCC. And so, yeah, I was pretty into it. I was a late bloomer, so I was quite lanky. I didn't grow into my body until later into college, but after LCC, I went to UCLA, where I became a first-team All American. I earned a scholarship. I came in as a walk-on, was able to, earn a scholarship, which was really huge for me because, like I said, I was a late bloomer. Coaches were always telling me I had potential, but I never knew if I would truly, bloom. When would I ever get really good? And I did at the end of UCLA. Like I said, I made All American, which is a huge goal for me. And then after after UCLA, I went on to join the national team. I started training pretty much immediately with the national team and kind of went from there. I started making rosters and traveling to tournaments all over the world. My first tournament was in Turkey, actually one of my first tournaments. I also got MVP. So I think the moment I joined the national team, I was kind of like thrown into the firing ring. I was the youngest on the team, but I had a lot of talent. And so I just went for it. But what's very relevant is that then my mental health, I think, started to decline after UCLA. When I started playing pro volleyball, I was really thrown into an environment that I wasn't used to. I was traveling the world. I was far from my friends and family, but I was playing so well that I had to keep playing, right? Eventually, I made the Olympic roster in 2016, where I went to the Olympics with my team. We won a bronze medal there in Rio de Janeiro, which is obviously a highlight of my life. I got the tattoo here, and it was quite a remarkable experience, something that I think I refer to every day in my life somehow, just at least as motivation to keep going and keep achieving. But ironically, the peak of my life was also the peak of my mental illness. I have OCD and anxiety, and so I was always struggling a lot off the court. I would play really, really well, and so it never seemed that anything was wrong, but then I would be at home and ruminating or obsessing, and I didn't get diagnosed until after the Olympics at age 24. I was diagnosed with OCD, and I learned that I had been struggling with it my whole life. I just finally had the diagnosis. So since that diagnosis, it's sort of been a journey in management. You can't make something like that go away. And especially if you have a demanding career, like being a pro volleyball player, it can be very difficult for your mental health. But I've found a lot of techniques and tools that help for me a lot. And I think a lot of people who struggle. So yeah, that's just sort of the intro, and I'm an open book, so feel free to ask whatever.
As volleyball kind of being a team sport, would any of your teammates ever see you struggling and try to help, or how would it not affect the team and only affect you?
Good question. I was really, really good at hiding it. And I have what's called like pure OCD. So it's a lot of just like mental compulsions, a lot of like rumination. And so I was able to hide that I was doing pretty well, even though I was, obsessing over something or, worried about my relationship. And it was really taking like such a toll on me. I think I just got really good at figuring out how to appear normal. Finally, I did confide in some of my closest teammates, and then I told my whole team, but it was a slow journey. And I think I was just really good at hiding it. I was so shameful and embarrassed that I was different somehow, or that I was struggling. I didn't even know what was, quote unquote, wrong with me at the time. So it was an invisible, lonely journey at first, for sure.
That's awesome. I see that you're just such a huge mental health activist, as I've seen you on many TED Talks and broadcasts. Can you talk about those experiences, please?
Founders of the league had a friend who helped coordinate TEDx Talks, and he wanted to do one featuring women in sports. So I jumped at the opportunity. It shows how the universe works in your favor that I had just thrown that idea out to myself. I would love to do a TEDx talk talking about my mental health and sharing. And then a year later, I got this email, hey, if anyone's interested, you can apply here. And then I got the opportunity to do it. It was in Boston. It was a really intimate group, but full production to, put it on. And now it's on YouTube. But yeah, I was super nervous, and it was my first time speaking super publicly about my diagnosis and getting into specifics about my story, on a platform like that. I was very nervous, and sometimes I watch the TEDx talk and I'm like, oof, could have done that better, could have done that better. But I think just as my mental health journey is evolving, so is my, public speaking and mental health advocacy journey. I think that will continue to grow just as, I'm growing independently. It takes immense vulnerability, work, courage to radically accept what you're struggling with. For the first time, we're seeing superhumans like Michael Phelps and Naomi Osaka and Simone Biles show us that they are struggling too. They are not superhumans, they're humans first. So here's another quote, Carl Jung, a famous theorist, psychologist. What you resist not only persists, but will grow in size. So I would urge you, whatever you may be struggling with, anxiety, depression, addiction, even serious, severe mental illnesses, I would urge you to radically accept it. And once you can, and we can break the cycles of shame and denial that it doesn't exist, we can find true healing.
We want to talk about prioritizing self-care in your mental health.
Some easy ways to focus on bettering yourself are practicing gratitude, making sleep a priority, connecting with loved ones, and journaling.
You'll have an opportunity today with our activity from PALS to practice journaling.
You'll be given 3 prompts to reflect on.
And don't worry, these will only be for you to see.
PALS activity, we will have a survey provided by your counselors with a link that can be found on posters around campus and on your class's Google Classroom.
This is an optional survey meant to connect you with a small group of other students who might struggle with the same or similar problems to you, so you can see that you're not alone.
This is a 7-week program to help you cope and communicate with your peers. You will meet once a week during class with your select group and a counselor.
If you want to fill out this survey but you're not fully sure if it's something you want to commit to, don't worry. After filling this out, you'll have a follow-up with your counselor to discuss if you're interested in officially joining this new program. Just remember, Mavs.
Be the difference.
Be the change.
Be a maverick.